Good afternoon, Americans. This is your favorite alien and Bubba. This afternoon, Friday, April 16th, 2021, TGIF. And today, I wanted to do an afternoon editorial on the Indianapolis shooting at FedEx. Well, Americans, here's a question I have for you. Where are 25 people in this country going to do what my ancestors did in my home ancestral planet and said enough is enough? Here today, you had another shooting at FedEx, of all things. Again, in the last 12 months, FedEx has been hit a few times, as it did. What is it, the 10:30 time, or there's no runaway bride and they're looking for him on FedEx? I don't know, but anyway, seriously, 8 people got killed, so they say. It's still ongoing. And the shooter shot himself. And the way the media is going to treat this is, okay, let's go to the next one. As opposed to Brookline Center, Minnesota, and Minneapolis, Minnesota. You notice that here in Georgia, you don't hear much about Mr. Aubrey. And it's been February of a year ago. But it's the same thing. You don't hear nothing about Columbine, 22 years ago. Or the Luby cafeteria. There was a few shootings there, too. A couple of Lubies, I think, over the last 25 years. And doctor's office, all kinds of shootings all over the place, which we don't hear much about. We just, 10 seconds on the spotlight and you're gone. Or the white guy that went to the church and shot up the church back in South Carolina. Yeah, see what I mean? You don't, but when it's a police officer shooting a black person, and it's crazy. I mean, where is the human beings? I don't see anything. I just see disastrous beings here, especially in America. They don't seem to care a darn for nothing. Where's 25 of you that said, we've had enough of this. We want a civilization that means something. Does the USA mean something? Hell no. It hasn't meant anything for the last 50, 60 years. If at all. Heck, Pledge of Allegiance to a flag that means nothing? That's kind of crazy, isn't it? Where's the meaning of who you are? What is it to be an American? What is it to be human? Tell me. I have no idea, because I can see your civilization here in America and your human beings as a whole on the planet. They're even worse in some places. Cambodia under Pol Pot? Oh, that was terrible. Myanmar today? That's even worse. China? It's always been bad, no matter if it's been the communists or the emperors or Chiang Kai-shek. It was always bad there. Japan? Japan's always been bad. There's no country here that's been good. The Swiss? Well, they look after money. Swiss watch! Swiss Army knife. Well, pardon me, that's an American version. Yeah. See what I mean? And then you wondered why, when on July 22nd, 2065, nobody came to help. Because why should you help people like you? You guys don't seem to care a darn about your own selves, let alone anything else. Why should we put our lives in danger with a adversary that we have fought and really know? And I mean, you want total war? With the Mushka, that's what we got, total war. You lost 406,000 in World War II around there. You've lost 570 Almost 580,000 as of this week, at the end of this week here, and the coronavirus in the United States. 200 years ago, our last clash with the Mushka, we had a population of 1.2 billion. And an armada. We lost 40% of our ships. And the Mushka lost 60% of their ships. We lost 12 million humanoids. And the same amount of insectoids. And the same amount of reptilians. Plus 25 million arboreals to the Mushka. We killed 600 million Mushka, which are a reptilian race. 600 million. And that was a war. It's either us or them. And that's the only way you have a war. Total war. It wasn't no political war. They were out to get us. And we were out to defend our way of living and our beings. Something you don't understand here because you're killing each other for stupid reasons. Can you imagine that? 600 million of them died. And they were the opposition. And we don't like to kill people. 600 million we had to kill in order to make ourselves survive. 200 years later, and we, the descendants of those people who did that, are still in awe that we had to kill 600 million. Do you understand me, Americans? Really? Because you guys are killing each other for stupid reasons here. The last total war you had was World War II, and the Germans were about to kill you. The Japanese the same way. They were total war people. Something you don't have. And then you make wars ever since then political. And oh yeah, we lost in Afghanistan. We lost, what, 2,560 something? 2,560 in 20 years. What are you doing in Afghanistan? You know that when you went there, that was like Vietnam. 58,000 people died there for what? Those 2,400 and something that's died in Afghanistan for what? The Taliban's going to come back and get them. Because that's an area you cannot control. The people don't understand what it is to be human or have a culture or do anything about it. The Taliban were the Taliban. Same as Pol Pot was Pol Pot. And Hitler was Hitler. And the Mushka are the Mushka. You can't change them. 70,000 years ago, the Mushka fought a war here that destroyed one of your planets and decimated another one, Mars. Big time. Or 270 million years ago. And then they thought another one 70,000 years ago and almost destroyed your Earth. 70,000. Look at your what you call the Middle East. That never looked like that before. But you go over there in the Libyan desert and you go over there to the Temple Mount where Jesus Christ is supposed to go on there, and you'll see that there's a lot of radiation from weapons, not nuclear weapons, but phase weapons and antimatter weapons with a lot of radiation, theta radiation. And that's what we fight. Every time we fight the Mushka, we got shields, they got shields. But boy, we took a beating. In 2 wars that we fought with them, we took a big beating. They took a terrible beating. 600 million of theirs died. And this is what I don't understand about you. You must love killing because you seem to just, we go on to the next one here. Really? Does that tell me that your civilization is a pain in the ass or shouldn't be around? Because that's why we didn't interfere. And we don't like to see mushkas taking humanoid civilizations down like they do that. We've saved a whole bunch, and they're part of our federation now. We've also saved non-humanoid races, because they saved us. It's something you don't understand, because you say, there's a bug, we gotta squish it. Yeah. Oh, there's a reptile. Yeah. Well, we got reptilians in our federation, and they're not mushka. The mushka are a different type of reptilians. They got their mindset. They're like Hitler. And people like Goebbels and Goring and Himmler, people like that you cannot change. Stalin, Mao Zedong, China, those are people you can't change. So you see, what are you going to do about this? You got another shooting today. Does that say that you humans like to kill people? Seems that way. You don't care a darn about what happens. Anyway, this is your favorite alien, and good day.